I think the problem lies.
And the question is, what are you willing to do for the consumer, not only in our constituency, but across Canada, to remove the tax we pay on tax at the fuel pumps?
Okay, before you go ahead with that, James, I'd like to then hear from Chris from the Green Party, and then Paul. Go ahead. Go ahead, James.
Oh, okay. We've got a number of taxes, and they're hard to get rid of once. Payroll tax income tax was temporary. It never went away, did it? I don't know if you'll see the change in that unless we get to electric cars and we drop all gas cars, and then we'll be charged more for electric cars. The problem we have is we have some hidden taxes that are being hit on us all the time. For example, did you know that anything that you purchase or send to another province has harmonized sales tax on it? Every time you phone BC, they charge you with harmonized sales tax on your phone call. Every time you mail a letter from Sherwood Park or from anywhere in the riding to another place, say in Ontario, or ship a package, you pay HST. We don't have a provincial tax, nor do we have a harmonized tax, but yet we're being faced with this every day. And while it may not seem much at the beginning, but if you add it up over the year, and I had an accountant show me where her clients were paying lots of dollars of harmonized tax that they shouldn't have to pay. So there's lots of hidden taxes, and we need to find where they are and start screaming about them. That's all.
Thank you, James. And Chris.
Thanks. I mean, a lot of our taxes that are on our gas as of right now do go for our roads and infrastructure and those things. And so basically, if we take one tax off of one thing, then we basically just have to try and find it from another place. But I think we're missing the real point. We're reaching now peak oil. Within the next few years, it is estimated that we will reach $200 a barrel oil. That will mean that we'll have to be facing $2 a liter gas at the pump. So no matter how much tax you take off of that, that's still going to be unaffordable. So right there, we have to look at where we are and where we're going and how we're going to deal with things. And so, I mean, people are, it's not, perhaps not popular, but the Green Party's carbon tax is a very fair tax. And that would be across with everybody, but that the burden would be very little on everybody. But what that does is it allows us to make the transition that we need to make, that will be made for us whether we like it or not, whether it's through innovation. I just read an article about 90% efficient solar panels, which makes energy very cheap in comparison, or through market pressures, or just through the fact that we were seeing all these impacts in terms of climate change. Change is coming, and we need to face it. And the earlier we face it, the better off we're going to be.
Thank you, Chris. And Paul, go ahead.
Taxes in the Western Bloc Party. The Western Bloc Party is opposed to virtually all taxes. We don't like taxes. We don't like government spending. What we propose is to have the minimum amount that is required for a reasonable government. Government should be in charge of securing our borders, which they do not do. Government should be in charge of, certain things. They shouldn't have their fingers in every pie. They wouldn't need as much money. We believe the government should be closer to the people, and that they should be accountable, and the electorate should be able to get rid of them if they don't like them mid-term.
Thank you, Paul.